Ramblin man here. Okay, we're going to talk about gun control because that's a hot topic right now, and I just want to get into it. So, here's what I'll tell you: if you like this video and you know a gun enthusiast or someone that believes full-heartedly in the Second Amendment, our right to bear arms, please pass this on, share it to them. Okay, subscribe and comment. But here's what I got for you. So, one of my Facebook friends, of course, put on a post today talking about the New York proposed regulations for gun control. And I'm going to tell you about those in a second. But first, I want to say, people make a big deal out of all the weapons and all the mass shootings and things. One of the things is that we have today that we didn't have back when every other year is social media and the news groups just blowing stuff up. So anytime a mass shooting took place, and mass shooting meaning three or more people, that can mean someone comes in and shoots a husband and wife and shoots themselves. There you go, 3+. So just keep that in mind. And shootings, there's hundreds of them. They're just even if someone shoots himself, they call that a shooting. Okay, so take all these things into account as you see these things. Okay, and I'm sorry for the stuff. I'm outside here and it's just throwing a shade over here. So here's what I have for you. As far as guns are concerned, if you want a gun and they put all these regulations in place, say they get complete gun control and they take guns away from people. Well, first off, that's not happening, but I'm saying if they take control of all guns, we have an open border. So someone needs to let the cartel know that before they try to sell here, they need to make sure they fill out all the proper forms so that when they sell it to the bad guys, they can see if they qualify, if they're going to be okay, and if they pass that test. You get what I'm saying, right? That's pretty stupid. What I'm telling you is any person that wants to do harm will do harm. You're not going to be able to stop them by regulating things. Meth, did y'all know that is not legal? It's illegal to sell. It's illegal to use. All those different things, right? But for some reason, guess what? Meth is still running rampant in the U.S. There's not a control. That is a illegal. But somehow it still makes its way to the streets. And guess who's using it? Just the common good citizen? No, it's the people that are addicted to it, people that are, there's criminals, there's people that just can't get off of it. They're the ones using it, but guess what? Can we stop them from buying it? No. Can we stop them from making it? No. And selling it? No. No matter what we do, we can crack down on them and it still gets sold. Same thing happens with guns. I can guarantee you the criminals that are getting those, they're getting them not from your local gun store for the most part. Now, you have some of these mass shootings like, oh my gosh, we could have done better in gun control. Okay, so you do a better background check, but that person has nothing in their background that says they'll do that. Take the NFL player. His dad was saying that, he thought that football really messed him up. Could have CTE, they don't know. But the thing is, if he did all the stuff he is supposed to do, like the background check, it's not going to show like, hey, this guy right here, he's going to be the guy to go off and shoot somebody. It's just not going to tell you what you want to on a background check, especially if that person has never done anything before, which in a lot of cases, these people have never done like that. They just flip a switch and it's done. And did you know that a lot of these, check it out and see what they're using. Like his were all handguns. It's not like they're using AR-15s in a lot of these places. They're handguns. So crazy. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing, though. I want to tell you what the proposed regulations are for New York. Now, it doesn't surprise me because it's New York. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with all these things. One of them that I don't disagree with is just talking about you should have the first part's stupid. You have to apply for a hunting license before you can get a gun. That's stupid. Because you may not want to hunt. Maybe you just want to go shoot targets. Why should you have to buy a hunting license just to go get a gun? That's stupid. Okay, now, but it talks about having a 5-hour, like a training class. So a safety class. I'm not opposed to that. I did a hunter safety course, which goes over everything, backdrops and how to use proper use of a weapon and act like it's always loaded, not to point it at people, things like that. Those are important things to know before you just pick up a gun and think you're freaking go out and pull it real fast and shoot some cans. You need to know what you're doing. I'm not opposed to that. and but it says you have to go through. Now this is where it's kind of funny. So it says you have to go through and shoot a 90% rate on the test in order to be able to have your to buy a weapon. Here's the problem I have with that, because another part of this says that you are limited on ammunition. On ammunition sales, only 2 times the amount of firearm capacity. So, if you have a rifle that holds 5 rounds, it means you can only buy 10 rounds every 120 days. So that means 3 times a year you can buy 10 rounds. If you have a handgun, and say with a side by side, you're holding 14 rounds, 15 rounds top. Okay, and that's if you're want your spring to go out. You get 15 rounds. Now that means you can only buy 30 rounds every 4 months. So if you want to just be a shooter that goes around and shoots these things, what do you think is going to happen? They're going to be able to find those somewhere. Somebody will sell you some rounds, or they'll start doing their own. Here's the thing. You can start loading your own ammo. So, but that is stupid right there. That you want somebody to shoot 90 percentile on the test, but you're only allowed them to have 30 rounds. You know, in a box there's 50 rounds on just a regular box. Like say you want to get 9mm, 45, 40, whatever, and you go to the range, you go through that box like that just because you're getting practice in. You work on your grouping, then you're like, okay, I gotta be more patient. Shoot some more, shoot some more. I can go through 2 boxes easy at the range, and that's 100 rounds. And that's just a 50 round box, okay? Well, this right here, if you're saying you're only allowed to do 2 times the capacity of that firearm, that means for that 45 caliber handgun, you can only have 30 rounds every 4 months. That is stupid if you ask me. Why should you limit how many? You can only shoot so much before you run out of, like if you only put 15, that means you have to load them up again. It's not like you're going to have. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get control of everything. When the government starts to get involved and tell you can't have a weapon, and they give stupid things like this, that pisses me off, because it tells me that they're not in it just to watch out for, we're going to cut down on shootings. No, they want, if the government is asking to take your gun, be scared. And if I'm wrong, but I'm not. Here's the other thing. In the state of New York, in order to purchase a weapon, they want you to have liability insurance not less than $1 million. Are you freaking kidding me? So you got to get liability insurance in order to purchase a weapon and hold it of $1 million to have a weapon. Are you freaking kidding me? You don't even have to have $1 million liability insurance for your car. And there's more people dying by car accident than there are weapons. So that's stupid in itself. And then this is the one that just really is like, really? Okay, they want, they want to be able to preview your social media and your search engine reviews. They want to review those prior to delivery of a rifle or a shotgun. That means they're going to look through all your social media, look at all your searches and stuff on your computer and stuff, have that history, so they can make sure it's nothing like terrorist-like. Welcome to 1984. You've seen the movie or read the book? This is government trying to get in your business. This is not, hey, this is for the safety of our people. This is bullcrap is what that is. So I'm telling you right now, if you have a gun, you hold on to that sucker. And I live in Texas, so I don't see this being an issue, but if it keeps growing in other states, it may fast become one. But I'm telling you, people like, you say come and take it, and somebody's like, well, that was a cannon. I don't give a crap what you want to call it. It's my weapon. If you're going to come after it, come and see how it works out for you. I'm just saying there's a lot of Texans that have weapons and are not willing to give them up. And I'm not just Texans. There's all across the U.S. People are not so asinine to think these type of things are going to help us. Because all you're going to do is take weapons out of the hands of good people and leave ourselves open to the fact that, you know what? Just like the borders being open. When the borders are open, everybody's coming. The cartel's like, yeah. When they found out, hey, y'all can't have weapons, what do you think they're going to do? Let's use those weapons that we have. You're not going to be able to control those. You can't even control them coming to our country, and you think you're going to be able to control whether or not they have a weapon or not? I call bullshit on that one. I'm fired up about this because this is really big right here. This right here may seem like nothing. If you look at this right here, what I just told you, and it doesn't bother you at all, then you should reevaluate where you're standing right now and think about everything going on. I mean, George Washington talks about, when the government starts trying to keep guns away from you, you should really start worrying about it, which is true. The government should not regulate whether or not you have a gun or not. And when Biden said no amendment is absolute, screw you, Biden. You are not my president. As of right there, when you said that, I mean, I'm usually all about, like, you know what? I'll go along. We'll see what, give him his due, see what he can do. When you try to take an amendment like the Second Amendment and say that's not an absolute, it's been an absolute since 1776, 77, whatever, right? But what I'm telling you is, you're talking about 250 years later and you're telling me it's not an absolute? You're not an absolute, that's for damn sure. So y'all let me know what you think. As you can tell, I'm hot on this subject. I better get off here before I get myself in trouble. Y'all have a good one. Let me know what you think. Ramblin' Man, out.